Well, good afternoon and welcome to the John Q. Hammonds Arena on the campus here of Union High School. It is area playoff basketball continuing tonight. Well, actually this afternoon, as Union and Broken Arrow will meet not only in the girls' game, but in the boys' game as well. I'm Rick Corey. My normal broadcast partner, Nick Irwin, is away, becoming the face of pickleball in Oklahoma. So he's out broadcasting that. We will be here along with Andy Irwin and the Union Sports Network crew for both basketball games. This one starting in a little over 5 minutes, and then we'll have the boys a little later on tonight at 7 o'clock. When you look at these two basketball teams, and this is really unusual, at least for normal sports in Broken Arrow Union, they've not played this year. The boys have played twice, but the girls have not played at all. Now, how did we get where we are? Union winning last night very easily over Santa Fe, 69-37. They had a rough second quarter. It was on Thursday. They had a rough second quarter, were able to come back from that, and then won pretty easily. Broken Arrow, no trouble as they beat Sand Springs 57-23, so these two will get together. The winner of this game will move on to the area tournament. That site yet to be determined, but we'll play the winner of the Norman North Stillwater game, which is happening today as well. Also happening today, Muskogee Bartlesville and Bixby at Jinx. Bixby made short work of Capitol Hill, 75-14, and Jinx beat Moore 45-29, so that's where we sit when it comes to girls basketball. So as I said, these two have met last year, but they have not met this year. Now, Thursday, really good game for Demoya Gator. 16 points, 14 for Whitney Smith, and those two young ladies right there kind of paced this team. There was a second period moment when Union only led by 2. They were able to come back in the second half, and especially early in that second half, continue to set a tone, and they won going away. For the Red Hawks, they are a little bit kind of at a stride right now, I guess you might say. Playing very good basketball. Josh Berry, he's the head coach, and he's a hard man to please, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It believes his team started to pick up really late in February and have really kind of hit their stride as of right now. This Union team, 20-5 overall, 12-2 in their district play. Broken Arrow, 16-7 and 10-4 in their district play. And if you look at heights, because we talk about this an awful lot when you talk about Union, anytime you run the Davis twins out there and they're both 6'2", you've got a lot of height on your side. You have Yana Edwards off the bench at 5'10", and India Highshaw, who had a big night on Thursday, off the bench at 6 feet. But if you look at this Broken Arrow team, across the board there is height. Audrey Dow, whose brother plays for the boys team, 5'11". Leah Peters, 5'11". Grace Foley, 5'11". London Shine, 5'11". Gracie Sanders, 5'11". Then there are at least a couple of players at 5'9". Emma Campbell checks in at 5'9". And they're 5'8"ers as well, Scarlett Shell and Soraya Matthew. This is a tall basketball team, and they also brought a lot of people with them from Broken Arrow. They're looking at a team of, it looks like around 12 to 14 on the court, so they will go deep here today as well. How does Coach Shane Coffey want to do that or push that? That'll be the interesting thing. These Union girls can do a good job of pushing the pace, especially because Jasmine Herron has done a good job of that. Now, this is a time when they will really miss Isabella McSwain. Bella McSwain broke a hand in mid-February, and even though she was not a starter this year, she was a starter last year, she was off the bench just causing havoc for other teams with her defense, her active hands, and the way she pushes the basketball. The only difference is she was a little bit more out of control. Jasmine Herron, a bit more controlled. But Demoya Gator, who, as I mentioned, had 16 on Thursday, has been a huge addition to this basketball team, both in her ability to score, in her defensive ability, and just in her overall fire, if you will. Demoya brings that, and when she comes off, it's normally Kamari Lomack who replaces her. She brings the exact same thing. Very similar players, and when Jasmine Harris has to sit, generally it's Demaria Daniels, who you'll see tonight as well. So all those players, plus as we mentioned, someone like Yana Edwards has been very big off the bench, Nia Richardson as well. So we're almost ready to get underway. We'll go down to our PA announcer, Coach Tyler Ashley, here in a moment, and we'll get our starting lineups and our national anthem here at the UMAC as Broken Arrow and Union play 2 games, boys and girls, tonight here in basketball.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the John Q. Hammonds Arena on the campus of Union High School for today's 6A East Regional Championship game between the Broken Arrow Lady Tigers and your Union Redhawks. At this time, we ask that you please rise if you're able and remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave, home of the brave.
First, let's meet the visitors, the Broken Arrow Lady Tigers. Starting at 5'11", a junior number 3, Audrey Dow. At 5'5", a junior number 10, Janaea McCrary. At 5'11", a junior number 23, Leah Peters. At 5'8", a junior number 30, Soraya Matthew. And at 5'11", a junior number 33, Gracie Sanders. Head coach of the Lady Tigers is Shane Coffey, assisted by Juan Davis, John Perkins, and Whitney Hansen. And now for the starting lineup for your Union Redhawks. At 5'9", a junior number 0, Damoya Gator. At 5'3", a junior number 3, Jasmine Heron. At 6'2", a sophomore number 5, Micah Davis. At 5'8", a senior number 10, Whitney Smith. And at 6'2", a sophomore number 12, Jada Davis. Head coach of the Redhawks is Josh Berry, assisted by Joe Davis, Amani Davis, Trey Osborne, and Jada Ford.
So that are your starting lineups here at the UMAC, otherwise known as the John Q. Hammonds Arena, on a lovely day for some high school basketball. I'm Rick Corey here along with Andy Irwin and Union Sports Network crew. Union and Broken Arrow in the regional championship game. As I mentioned, the winner of this one will get a chance to play the winner of North and Muskogee. The loser of this game will advance as well. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. So as we begin this game early, we always talk about a great start, and especially in one where these two teams are familiar but haven't played this year. It's going to be very, very vital. If you remember back to last year's game, Gracie Sanders had a fantastic game there. Union will send Micah Davis. Well, it looks like, Jada Davis will be the person for the tip-off. She'll jump. Leah Peters will jump against her. No, it will be Micah. I'll get it right sooner or later. Jasmine Heron behind her, likely to be the person who gets the tip, and she does. So we're underway. Heron pushes that pace immediately. Back to Whitney Smith. Whitney didn't have a great shooting night Thursday, but she was solid everywhere else. Broken Arrow settling in their man-to-man. But not a lot of movement right now. Union, a little confusion there, as a matter of fact. Gator finally goes to the top of the key. And Davis will rotate out and take that ball there. Just underway, a steal by Broken Arrow, and that is Dow, as she goes all the way down and puts it up. 2-0 Broken Arrow, pass stolen. Redhawks will come right back at it. Heron out front with McCrary on her. Will go inside to Davis. That ball is knocked away, She tried to knock it off a Broken Arrow Tiger and could not, so here comes Sanders. Good early start for Broken Arrow. They'll settle the ball out front, and that'll be McCrary. Opportunity there for Matthew to drive if she wanted, but she passed it up. She'll go down inside and actually just threw that ball away. Trying to get it down inside to Peters, but there was good coverage down inside there by Davis, and it just whizzed by, so it remains 2-0, and here come the Red Hawks. Heron slowing the pace here. Now Jasmine pushes. Here she goes, left-handed up, and she got it to go. Jasmine Heron has been driving the ball exceptionally well, and we are tied at 2. Almost stolen there by Davis. A little pressure from Union. Still haven't gotten it across half court. Ball knocked away. Let's see whose ball it is. Oh, that was interesting. Heron got a hand in there, but I couldn't tell whether that was Heron who touched it last or a Lady Tiger. They'll give it to Broken Arrow. But they were very close to a 10-second call. Quickly in, and McCrary will bring it up. Now Whitney Smith comes to trap. Got her to pull the ball up, and no, everybody forgot Dow. She is down there by herself. Audrey Dow looked like there was a restraining order against defenders. She was all alone, and it's 4-2. Just 2 minutes into this first period. Tigers by 2. Heron started to push it, got a nice screen there from Gator. Now back to Gator. She'll take the 3, and it'll come off the side of the rim. Rebound out of there to Matthew. Tigers on the run. McCrary thought to push it, then slowed it down. She'll back it up. 4-2 Tigers. Dow way out front, and Whitney Smith will harass her out there. Dow driving, gets down inside, can't go anywhere. Ball put up inside, though. That's a terrific little pass. Dow goes to McCrary, and she was in among taller players and just scooped that thing up for 2. It's 6-2. Smith with a quick drive. She misses. Rebound out of there to Sanders, and here come the Tigers. Not the start Coach Josh Perry wanted, I can guarantee you that. The Red Hawks aren't playing poorly, but Broken Arrow's hit some shots. Great job by Whitney Smith to hop in there and tie that thing up. That's a tie ball, jump ball. That'll go Broken Arrow, gets the possession, but that's a half a possession now back to the Red Hawks. Heron made her stop, and then Whitney Smith kind of finished her off. Need a good defensive stand here. Way out front to Dow. Now an inside drive. Oh, the ball's lost out of bounds. Matthew looked like she might have the baseline on Heron, but dribbled it off her leg. And so with a 6-2 deficit, here come the Red Hawks with just under 5 to play in this first period. Not a ton of movement for Union right now, which is, I think, the thing Coach Barry's probably a little unhappy with. Heron will reset. Davis comes to the free throw line. That's Micah. They'll go down inside, and that ball's knocked away and out of bounds. Will be to Union. They were trying to get that to Gator as she broke to the basket, and it would have had to have been a perfect pass. It was almost, but not quite. J.D. Davis takes the ball out, and they'll go way out front to Whitney Smith. Whitney will back up and reset, and here we go again. Whitney's now listening to Coach Barry. He was yelling over his shoulder, and they changed the call. So the Red Hawks will look for some offensive movement. That ball's tipped away by Dow. Tried to go over to Whitney Smith, and against this Broken Arrow team, especially early here in these first almost 4 minutes, passes can't be lazy. They are very active, much like Union was Thursday night. A lot of hands in the zone. They'll go out front to J.D. Davis. It looked like she might take that 3. She won't. Now Gator pushes the ball inside, and she's fouled. Demoya Gator had 16 on Thursday night. Did a nice job of getting that ball inside. They're going to give that foul to Leah Peters, and Gator will be at the line. Union trailing 6-2. First one goes through. That breaks a bit of a scoring drought for the Red Hawks. Gator in those bright green shoes will try one more time. Ooh, second shot rattles out of there, so it's 6-3, and Union will play defense. Dow trapped there for a second, but got it to McCrary. She's trapped, but gets it underneath, and now Broken Arrow pulls the ball up. McCrary underneath, Puts it up, misses, ball tipped out of bounds. And boy, I thought that was off Dow, but apparently Dow and Gator were battling for it, and it looks like maybe Gator got a finger on that before it went out of bounds. Kamari Lomack will check in for Whitney Smith. And Kamari brings some pretty good instant energy and some, if you will, garbage point offense. She gets a lot of cleanup points. Tigers having trouble, but they did get it in. Way down underneath is Matthew, or pardon me, that is Peters, but she's stuck. Now Matthew goes to the hole. Dow from 3, can't get it to go. Rebound out of there to Davis. And here come the Redhawks. Lomack, and she is not afraid to push it. Here she does, but unfortunately got stuck and threw it right back to Dow. Another turnover. Broken Arrow will come back, and it's turned over again as Gator picks that ball off. DeMoya wisely takes it back out front. Bucket here, and you got a 1-point game. Lomack from 3, tried to tie it, couldn't. Davis with the rebound. Heron out front. Gator drives, puts it up, got it to go. DeMoya Gator kind of went left hand, right hand there, and makes it a 6-5 game. Union trails. That's 3 on the night now for Gator. So exactly what we thought. These two teams are evenly matched, and it's going to be that way during this entire basketball game. It's definitely going to be a lunch pail. Nice drive inside, putting that ball up and down with Sanders. Sanders was covered the entire way. The defense wasn't poor, but she was able to knock it down. Davis from 3. Oh, can't get it to go, and Dow with the rebound. One of the Tigers just hit the ground, and I mean hard, and that was Sanders. She's still at the other end. Here she comes now. As Broken Arrow with a 14. Broken Arrow with a lead will continue to push. Ball knocked away from Sanders. And knocked away again, and here comes Gator. Gator on the break, leans in, got it, and got the foul. Gator will get the and one. DeMoya Gator knew she would get contact and was just hoping Sanders would get in the air, and she did. And that pretty much guarantees a call. And that makes it an 8-7 game with Gator having an opportunity right now to tie this thing up. Demaria Daniels will check in. Heron will have a seat. Jada Davis will sit. And coming back in, Whitney Smith. So Gator, who had 6 on Thursday, already has 5 tonight with a chance to make it 6. Or he had 16, pardon me, on Thursday. Has 5 with a chance to make it 6 right here. And the officials have stopped the game for a second. Looks like Dow might have a little something going on with the upper lip, so they're going to fix it and move on. And Gator will take this next free throw. Up, it comes out, so it remains 8-7, and Gator with 5 points. 2:05 to go in this first period, an excellent first period. Almost turned over again. Sanders on the drive, puts it up and in, and that's going to be an and one on Broken Arrow's end. Daniels got there, but she slid over just before the contact. And give Sanders credit, she realized that and went right onto the hole, and it's 10-7 with a chance to add one. Terrific game thus far, but it's what you'd expect between these two. The 5'11 junior eyes it up, and boy, that touched every part of the rim and finally went down. Now 11-7, Broken Arrow. Checking in, Siley Johnson, and Sanders will have a seat. Redhawks will bring it up, and Whitney Smith will actually key it. Dow will pick her up right about the U. Gator with a screen. Whitney kind of ran around it. Lomack. Daniels. Demaria does not have a problem driving it either. Better movement here for the Redhawks, but they're not able to get past that outside movement as of right now. Whitney Smith, one-on-one with McCrary, would like to push it. Started to and had to come back. Now she's trapped and the ball's knocked away, and they say it will go to Broken Arrow. Now she missed. Micah Davis had cut to the basket, and Whitney had her back turned. It didn't see her otherwise. That might have been a clean pass for a layup. Instead, it's Broken Arrow's ball with 1:18 to go in this first period, and the Lady Tigers with a 4-point lead. Dow will drive on Whitney Smith. Holds up, though. Matthew Again, tried the drive. Here comes McCrary. Oh, she pulled back, and that ball is blocked. Tremendous block by Micah Davis. Down court to Lomack. Cannot get it to go. Rebound is fought and out of bounds, and they'll give it to Union. Oh, Lomack just brought that down with the one hand and tried the little scoop layup, and it sure looked good, but then it decided it didn't like the bucket. Came out, but the Red Hawks will have possession. Just under a minute left in this first period. 4-point deficit for the Red Hawks, so a nice bucket here would certainly mean an awful lot. Herron is checked back in. She's got the basketball. They'll spread it out for right now. Herron will go to Gator. Gator has got an opportunity to drive that thing, and now she's almost trapped. Instead, Whitney Smith goes to help. Here comes Whitney. Little floater, won't go. Rebound underneath. Union goes up again. No good. Rebound out of there to Broken Arrow. That was Varner, and she goes straight ahead to Matthew. Matthew has it taken away. A little helter-skelter right now, but here we go. Whitney Smith pushes. Gator drives, puts up the shot, had it blocked. Ball underneath is to Herron. And are they going to call a jump ball? Or did somebody touch the out-of-bounds line? I just saw the whistle, or heard the whistle, but never saw a call. Yanni Edwards will come in. Gator will have a seat. That'll give her not only this 17 seconds plus whatever the clock stops and a little bit extra time at the quarter to rest. She's been out there most of this quarter. 17 seconds to go. 4-point deficit now in this first period. Davis, nice move. Got the extra shot. Can't get it to go. Rebound underneath. Oh, it looked like for a second that might go to Edwards. Instead, Matthew has it. 4 seconds. Broken Arrow will have to hurry. McCrary realizes it, jacks it from way outside, but it touches nothing, and so we will go to the end of the period at 11-7. So exactly what we thought would happen in this basketball game. These two are playing really good basketball and really fast basketball. Union scoring from only 2 players. Demoya Gator has 5, Jasmine Herron has 2, and that's the 7. On the other side of things, Broken Arrow has been very well spread out. Audrey Dow with 4, and they are moving the basketball. So as we get ready here for this second period, I got to think one of the things that Coach Josh Berry will be talking about is a little more careful on passes. Red Hawks had several turnovers, probably at least 3 in that first period that came off passes. Now on the other side of things, they were able to get turnovers off some passes as well. Active hands, but both teams are doing the same thing. So you're seeing a really good matchup between teams really evenly matched. As a matter of fact, when you start looking at body styles even, fairly evenly matched. Of course, no one's 6'2" like Micah and J.D. Davis. However, you're seeing a lot of the same kind of player out there. Demoya Gator, she's a little bit like Audrey Dow. Same thing for Kamari Lomack, a little like Audrey Dow. So these teams, and McCrary, she's got a little bit of that Lomack in her as well. You've seen some really interesting basketball here. Now, head coach Shane Coffey on the ladies' side was trying to get his team earlier to slow it down just a little bit as things got a little bit helter-skelter. We'll see if they do that in this second period. Union trailing 11-7 here in the regional championship game at the John Q. Hammonds Arena. Out of bounds, Audrey Dow will take it. The Red Hawks, trailing by 4, will play defense. McCrary's played most of this game out front as well. That's a good matchup with she and Herron. That's a good screen, though, but Herron gets around it. McCrary finds herself stuck. Goes back out to Sanders, and they'll reset everything. As Peters way out front. Her drive is cut off by really excellent job there by Edwards. Sanders tried to get around, could not do that. She got trapped, and that's an excellent job by Edwards. When she trapped Sanders, she didn't really know what to do, and she ended up traveling. So turnover Union, and they'll see if they can make some points out of this. Only 2 players have scored. They need a little something out of someone else. Jasmine Herron has 2 of those points. She brings it down. Edwards. Whoa, she's got Jasmine backside, but that ball was almost too high. Jasmine goes inside, put up, and will not go. Union just has a hard time on the basket right now. And that was Gator who couldn't hit it. A nice turn there by Herron, and she's fouled. Pardon me, that was Daniels underneath who could not hit. Nice job by Jasmine realizing where she was. All she could do is get that ball up, and she did. So she'll have 2 free throws. Herron normally a very good shooter, and boy, there's a lid on that basket. Redhawks might be happy to switch in. Let's just get away from that side. Free throw number 2 for Jasmine Herron. And she misses that one, so it remains 11-7. Ball on the ground, still on the ground. Gathered in by Sanders. Broken Arrow tried to break. Dow had an opportunity, but they couldn't see her. So McCrary will reset. Very dangerous time here for the Redhawks. Down by 4. If they allow any kind of run, it would be dangerous. Dow, nice little inside move. Off the rim, will not go. Rebound to Broken Arrow. Dow has it again, and the ball is stripped. And they'll call a foul, I believe, on Whitney Smith. Nope, they're going to call that on Jasmine Herron. Unfortunate that rebound didn't go quickly to the Redhawks, and again, Broken Arrow will take this thing out of bounds. Union's having a hard time getting the ball in the bucket right now. Nice pass to the inside, nice little turnaround, but it will not go for Peters, and the rebound comes off to Union. Herron pushing that pace. Davis to Davis, three-pointer, and still won't go. Oh, Jada Davis had a great look too, and there'll be a foul on the inside. That's going to be Yane Edwards. I think maybe a little frustration there. Another rebound going to Broken Arrow. Sanders gathered that in, and Edwards crashed into her, and so that will be an out of bounds for Broken Arrow. 6.5 to go here in this first half, and a 4-point lead, Broken Arrow. Oh, a nice job to get by Edwards right there for Matthew, but she held up. She'll have it again way out front, and there's a travel in there. The ball was contested by Herron, and you could see there was just that look on the face of Matthew. She started to pass, held up, and that's what caused the shuffle of the feet, so the ball will go to Union. And again, really important to take advantage of one of these offensive possessions. This would be a great time. In a couple of minutes, the Redhawks scored. Davis trying to go inside to her sister and can't. Herron directing traffic. Davis with an opportunity, nice little pull up, and it won't go. As a matter of fact, it didn't touch iron. And the ball goes out of bounds off Edwards. She had good position, but she was battling one of the Tigers and just could not hold the basketball. So the scoring drought continues, and we remain 11-7. The good news is Union's playing good enough defense that Broken Arrow's not extending that lead. Because right now, offensively, the way it's going, 4 points feels like an awful lot. But there's a lot of basketball left. Sanders will bring it across midcourt. Down low to Matthew. And again, the Redhawks playing good defense. That ball goes to the middle, almost intercepted. Oh, Sanders wanted that shot, turned it down, almost traveled again. McCrary way out front. That one to Dow. Sanders again inside, and that's a nice feed, but it's blocked. Peters had a nice opportunity, but that ball was blocked by Jada Davis, and here come the Redhawks. Herron will push. Little left-hander, it won't go, but she got fouled. Herron opened the scoring that way with a little left-handed scoop and went right to the hole again, and she'll have 2 more chances here at the free throw line. She missed her last 2, but again, normally a very good free throw shooter, and these 2 would be big. Still can't get it to go. Boy, a tough night or tough afternoon thus far on this end of the court for the Redhawks. One more shot for Herron. And finally got that one to go, and thankfully that breaks that drought. 11-8, Broken Arrow. Here comes Johnson with the basketball just into the game. She's trapped on the other side of the court. Finally got it across, and now here comes Broken Arrow. Matthew dribbles in, and will go to Sanders. Over to Dow, and they'll go back out front. 4.5 to go, or 4:55 here, pardon me, in this first half. 3-point Broken Arrow lead. Nice drive in there. Ball kicked away, though. Johnson, they're going to call a foul right there, and they're going to say that's a grabbing of the arm. And they're going to call that, I think, on... Yeah, they called that on Jasmine Herron. That is... You're at Jasmine's second foul. They'll have to watch that. To the line goes Johnson. And she misses her first. Checking in is Lomack, and she will give a seat to Herron, and that's the thing I was talking about, those 2 fouls. You certainly don't want a third before halftime. Second shot goes in for Johnson. She has 1. The lead back to 4 at 12-8. Rick Corey here along with Andy Irwin and the Union Sports Network crew. Regional finals at the John Q. Hammonds Arena. Broken Arrow Union, the boys will play later tonight. And 12-8 right now, the Lady Tigers lead. Gator outside. They're trying to get that post inside to Davis, but just can't quite get that thing inside. So a lot of perimeter passing right now for the Red Hawks. Now they get it inside, and a good opportunity for Davis, and she has it taken away. Sanders was there, and Johnson was there, and one of them slapped the ball out from behind. So an opportunity gone, and here comes Broken Arrow. A little more contact in there, I think, than Coach Barry would have liked. Johnson not getting anywhere, but dribbling an awful lot. Dow, the same. Now to Sanders as they run that weave. Johnson now drives middle and decides to come back. Dropped out there by Lomack. Dow, nice drive, but way under the basket, and they're going to call a push. My goodness. Dow ended up in the first row, and they're going to say Micah Davis pushed her. So that'll be a foul on Broken Arrow, and quite honestly, I don't think that was any worse than what we saw on the other end against Davis. Now, she wasn't shooting. That's only foul 4, but they're going to take the ball out of bounds. Dow walked to the line like she was going to shoot, but that's only foul 4, and she wasn't shooting. So one official finally says, no, out of bounds, kids. So Johnson will take it out under the basket. 3:44 to play in this first half, a 12-8 Broken Arrow lead. Matthew, nowhere to go. And Broken Arrow will reset. Coach Coffey calling a play from the sidelines. Dow. Matthew. Down inside, that ball's tipped away, and unfortunately it will stay with Broken Arrow. Good defense there by Micah Davis as they tried to get it inside to Sanders, but Micah was the last to touch. So Broken Arrow back out of bounds right where they were probably 30 seconds ago on the game clock. Way back to Matthew. Tried to get that ball inside to Peters, who's angry. She thought she was being held. Yelling at the official, which will not get you anywhere. Johnson is way back out by midcourt. Now Dow is trapped out there, but there's no one to help trap her, so they'll go back to Matthew and start again. Timeout called by Johnson. And you can see Coach Shane Coffey trying to call that timeout because Broken Arrow just kept backing up, and Union was playing such good defense. It seemed like there was a turnover just inevitable and maybe a breakaway. So a good timeout there by Shane Coffey. A 12-8 game, and Broken Arrow has scored with good opportunities. They haven't taken a lot of shots. Union has had a better opportunity when it comes to number of shots. They've just not been able to get anything to fall. And you certainly know there's a lot of game left, and you certainly hope the lid will come off the basket. But right now for the Red Hawks, that's been the problem. It's not opportunities, it's just getting those to fall. The Red Hawks will send the Davis twins, Kamari Lomack, Whitney Smith, and Demoya Gator back out. So pretty much your starting lineup except Lomack in there for Heron, who already has 2 fouls. Broken Arrow back to the inbound, and Johnson will take it back outside. 3 minutes to go in this half. To the corner to Matthew. She'll go out front, and it was Peters who takes the long 3, but it won't go. Quickly down court, Lomack has the opportunity. Lomack goes up, hits the side of the backboard though, bounces out of bounds, and I believe that will stay with Union. Although the official didn't make a very noticeable call, and it will stay with Union. Whitney Smith way out front. Lomack had a pretty good opportunity, but it was defended well, and then she knocked that thing off the side of the basket. For this Union scoring drought, only 1 free throw in the last probably 4 minutes of game time. Davis almost took that 3. Lomack inside to Davis. She's quickly double teamed. Broken Arrow is quickly dropping back, and they're playing a zone now. That 3 goes nowhere, and Davis recovers. Jada Davis a little bit underneath. Nice job there, and it's now a 12-10 game. You're going to beat a zone. You're going to beat it with some putback points. or by hitting some shots that draw them out of it. Union's defense is keeping them in this right now as they are forcing Broken Arrow far to the outside. Looked like Dow might have touched midcourt. She didn't. Ball knocked away and then picked up again by Dow. Sanders underneath, puts it up underneath. No foul, they call, and here come the Red Hawks. Pace being pushed by Gator. Oh, almost a three opportunity right there, but it comes away. Davis decided against it. Minute 28 to go, now a 2-point game, and an opportunity for the Red Hawks to tie or take the lead. Lomack had a little bit of a one-on-one, didn't want to take it. Now she'll take the three. Lomack got it. First lead of the night for the Red Hawks. Kamari Lomack, her first three of the night. It's 13-12 Union. What a comeback, and I say comeback, it's only the second period, but what a job this Union defense, as right now, is just all over Broken Arrow. But there's a nice drive by the Tigers, and a block inside. Micah Davis steps in to make that block as inside goes Peters. Peters touched it last, and Union, with a ton of momentum, will have it again. Excellent, excellent 2 minutes of defense or so. Union's really played good defense this entire time. But tremendous defense in forcing Broken Arrow way outside. Tigers now, as I mentioned, into a zone. More of a 1-2-2. And the Red Hawks now getting notes from Coach Josh Berry. Will be very, very selective. Gator cannot get that one to go. Pardon me, that was Lomack. And here comes Broken Arrow. Excellent game here in the regional finals, 13-12 Union, nearing halftime. Drive by McCrary, and it's blocked again. This time it's Jaded Davis, and here come the Red Hawks. 17 seconds, plenty of time. Oh, they find underneath. There's Gator, and she had her shot blocked. Oh, what a defensive game. I think that was Peters who blocked it. 6 seconds to go. Broken Arrow will have to hurry. Drive by McCrary. Kicks to Dow for three. Won't go. Ball is slung up underneath by McCrary, but that's going to do it. We are at the half. Well, I don't know about the teams, but I think we're exhausted up here. What a first half, especially the last 3 minutes of that second quarter. Union, down 4 most of the quarter, comes back for a 13-12 lead. 5 points in this game for Des Moines Gator, 3 for Lomack on that three. Jasmine Herron has 3 and Jada Davis has 2. On Broken Arrow side, we've got 4 for Audrey Dow, 5 for Gracie Sanders, and we stand at 13-12. We'll step away for a few minutes and come back just before the beginning of this second half. This is Union Basketball on the Union Sports Network.
Does your school or organization need athletic apparel or spirit wear? Let me suggest Inkwell, a Tulsa-based company that can get you the quality you deserve at unheard of and unmatched lead times. Talking 2 weeks or less, not 2 months like most others, and can do it as much as 60% less than most of the big guys out there. So join the likes of Sand Springs, Union, Broken Arrow, Jinx, Oolaga, and Glenpool to name a few, and get your customized sublimated uniforms, including Under Armour, Nike, or Adidas at InkwellNation.com.
Life doesn't wait for you to slow down. When you're moving fast and something doesn't feel right, Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma is here to help you stay in motion. Through our combined expertise in orthopedic surgery, non-surgical medicine, and comprehensive whole patient treatment, our team has your back and every other joint too. Ready to get back out there? Visit AOOK.com and let's move forward together. Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma. Heal, recover, advance.
When summer heats up and your AC isn't working right, be cautious of being pressured into a replacement.
It's always a good idea to get a second opinion, and Airco will let you know if your AC is worth fixing.
So call Airco today for a free second opinion.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Shields is now open at the Woodland Hills Mall in Tulsa, and we can't thank you enough for the warm welcome. Whether you love the great outdoors, sports, or fashion, Shields has something for everyone. Our passionate and knowledgeable Shields experts are excited to welcome you to explore thousands of brands and premium products. From our golf simulator, service shop, archery lanes, and more, we're ready to get you fitted with the best gear for you. We can't wait to see you at Shields.
Hey Union fans, score big with TTCU Federal Credit Union School Pride Card. Each time you use your card, we donate to Union Public Schools, adding to the $2.5 million we've given statewide. TTCU, where members are raving fans.
Select Commercial Group, a part of Coldwell Banker Select, is a highly reputable and professional firm specializing in commercial real estate services. David Roberts heads up the group with over 40 years of management experience and over 20 years in the real estate market. Sarah Bergeson, Scott Job, Jason Smith, Amy Bauman are skilled professionals that are poised to help you achieve your goals. Select Commercial Group treats their clients like family. With a wealth of experience and expertise in the industry, they are dedicated to providing exceptional services to clients seeking commercial real estate solutions. Whether you are looking to buy, sell, lease, or invest in commercial properties, their expertise covers various sectors, including office spaces, retail properties, industrial facilities, and more. Select Commercial Group is the go-to partner for all your commercial real estate needs. Call 918-695-6979 or 918-394-0700, a sponsor of the Union Red Hawks.
Together.
Well, I hope you found some oxygen, maybe a little something, a little caffeine to pep you up, because this second half's probably going to be a lot like the first. Welcome back to the John Q. Hammonds Arena on the campus of Union High School here. Regional finals as Union and Broken Arrow played a fast-paced war of a first half with the Red Hawks leading 13-12. Did not take that first lead until there was about 90 seconds to go in the first half. I'm Rick Corey, along with Andy Irwin and the Union Sports Network crew. My normal partner is away. That is Nick Irwin. He has some broadcast duties today in Oklahoma pickleball. Nick's a heck of a pickleball player, so he's overdoing his thing tonight. Now, if you take a look at this game in the first half, Demoya Gator, who had 16 on Thursday, off to a fantastic start. She has 5. She didn't score a lot after the first couple of minutes, but she gave the Red Hawks a good early lead. Kamari Lomack hit the really big 3 that gave Union the lead here just before half. Jasmine Herron has 3. She opened the scoring with a left-handed scoop, and Jada Davis has a couple. Over on Broken Arrow side, Gracie Sanders, the junior, such a good player. She has 5. Audrey Dow has 4, and those two are pushing the pace for Broken Arrow. The big problem for Union in this first half was nothing more than their shooting percentage. They played incredible defense. As a matter of fact, the last 2 minutes of that quarter, they just smothered Broken Arrow. And that's what led to the turnaround on offense. Gave them several opportunities. They couldn't make most of them. Thankfully, Gator hit the 1 3-pointer. So the Red Hawk defense is keeping them in it. Now, they'll switch sides, and who knows, maybe the lid comes off the basket, and that helps a little bit. Broken Arrow didn't take as many shots, but hit more shots. The Red Hawks got good opportunities, just couldn't get them to go down. So in this regional, as I mentioned, the winner of this game will go on to play next week in the area tournament. The winner will get the winner of Norman North and Stillwater. That is the game that's happening up at Putnam City North today. As a matter of fact, that one's going on right now as well. The loser of this game will still go to the area tournament. They will get the runner-up from Regional 1, which is that very same regional, so they would play the loser of North and Stillwater. So either way, teams are going to go forward. Those games will be next Thursday, March 5th. We don't have a spot yet because they won't announce that until after these games are over. Now, in case you're wondering, hey, what about the guys? Well, they come up at 7 o'clock tonight. We will step away after this game, but we will come right back on the Union Sports Network for that game tonight at 7 o'clock. And again, it's Broken Arrow and Union. Those two, unlike these two, these girls have not played this year. The boys have played twice, and Broken Arrow won both games, but by very close scores. We'll have an interesting one. Both Union and Broken Arrow won so easily last night going away that it made it pretty simple for both of them to get here. So we're ready for the beginning of the third quarter here. Teams are back on the court. If you're wondering what Coach Shane Coffey said to Broken Arrow or Coach Josh Berry to Union, I would think for Coach Berry, one thing, Broken Arrow went into a zone late in that game, or late in the half. One thing is ball movement there, trying to get that ball to that free throw line extended. Also, you're going to have to hit a shot or two to draw them out of it. On Broken Arrow's end, it's the fact that they've tried to push the pace a little too much at times, and they've gotten caught, too, out by the midcourt line with that Union defense. So both teams have things to work on. Let's see how it goes. Ball will go to Union to start, and that traditional starting 5 will be out there. Demoya Gator, Jasmine Herron, Micah Davis, Whitney Smith, and Jada Davis. 13-12 Union, second half underway. Herron gets a nice screen from Whitney Smith, and they'll send Whitney to try the three-pointer, Gator, and it will not go anywhere. As a matter of fact, that caught nothing, and here comes Broken Arrow. McCrary out front has done a nice job for this Tiger team. She's played an awful lot of this game. Comes around the screen, but she's got Davis on her. Getting inside is not good. Dribbled that off the leg, trying to get it inside to Dow, and couldn't. Now she goes down inside, and a little turnaround in there by Peters, but it goes nowhere, with partially blocked. And Herron's harassed and almost dropped the basketball. Here comes Union. Jasmine, she'll drive it, put up the right-hander, can't get it to go. Rebound inside by Gator, and she's fouled. That's exactly how Herron opened the scoring, except it was with her left hand. And here Gator goes right back up with the rebound, and she's fouled. Now she has struggled from the line, missing her last 4. Let's see if she can't knock this one down. She has 5 on the night. First shot, clean. That'll break a bit of a string, and maybe this end is a little better for the Red Hawks tonight. Now 14-12, one more coming. Second shot clean as well. Gator now with 7, and the lead extends to 15-12 Union. Matthew bringing it across. Gator going to give her some trouble, and they'll go back to McCrary. Heron tight on her. This Union defense has been pretty stifling the last 3 or 4 minutes. They go out front, though, and there's a little bit of room out there for Sanders, and can't take advantage of it. Back to Dow. And back to McCrary. Now she's trapped inside. Nice move by Sanders, and she'll toss it up and got it to go in. Sanders was moving as she let that thing go, and really kind of looked like she was just trying to last second it, but she got it out of there, and it counts. Davis for 3, got it. Right away, the other end is much better for Union, and the score is 18-14 as Micah Davis gets her first points of the game. Defense again, balls knocked away but picked up by Broken Arrow. Sanders will go down inside, and that's a little turnaround, and that's a good shot by Peters. She had Micah Davis on her, and Davis didn't want to foul her, so she didn't go right back up, and it's now 18-16. What a high-level basketball game, but what else would you expect in the regional finals? Heron thought better about the drive. Coach Barry's asking him to spread some things out and start motion. Heron drives again, gets underneath and turned the ball over. Found herself amongst several players. McCrary down to Dow. Dow puts it up, misses the left-hander. Gator with the rebound. Almost had it picked by Dow, but she'll go off to Davis, and here we go again. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound by Davis, puts it up and in. Micah Davis now with 5, and the Red Hawk lead is 20-16. Excellent job by Davis. She didn't take that ball down, went right back up with it. Sanders quickly down court, but a timeout called by Coach Shane Coffey. Union's defense playing with the same intensity it did in the first half, but the offense has picked up and obviously hitting a few shots. 2 free throws helps, the big 3 helps, and it's a 20-16 game. So we saw a game that we didn't see hardly any scoring in the first half, and we're already off to a nice start here in the second, but isn't that the way it works? Coach Coffey, once again, I think wanted to settle his team. Anytime you've been leading a game, even if it's not by a lot, and you kind of feel that momentum slipping away, the tendency is to push. Sometimes when you push, you get sloppy, and when you get sloppy, you get further behind, and certainly that can lead to other issues. So I think Coffey, that was a really good timeout by Coach Coffey. Coach Barry will use this time. He was trying to get his team to spread and motion a little more last time on offense, and I think that's what he was spending his time on there. Always well dressed, Coach Barry there in the white shirt, black tie, and the sparkling white shoes. He's got a heck of a staff too. You've got to give a lot of credit to Joe Davis, Amani Davis, Trey Osborne, and Jada Ford. This is a really good group here. They get along well, they coach well together, they coach really well off of each other, and that helps this team a lot. 5:17 to go in this third period. Union up by 4 now, and the Broken Arrow Tigers will take it out of bounds. McCrary will key it in. Trying to find somewhere to go. She's about to have a 5-second call. Oh, I don't know how they got that ball in. I really don't. That sure seemed like 5, but they got it to Sanders, and she dribbled it off Micah Davis's leg. I think that was a 5, but maybe a long 4. Another opportunity for Broken Arrow to inbound. Once again, no one to inbound the 2. Finally go into Dow. Whitney Smith on her. Dow drives. Now back to Sanders and to McCrary, and we'll reset this. Matthew way outside, but she can drive the basketball too. Don't let it fool you. Nice job inside to Mia. Gets it up and in. Leah Peters, pardon me, Leah, not Mia. She knocks it down. She has 4, and it's a 2-point game. Davis, wanted to go quick, and she's tied up or fouled. They're going to say tied up. Davis tried to go a little too fast. That ball got away from her a little bit. And when it does that, you've got an opportunity for someone to come in and grab, and they did. It'll be Broken Arrow basketball. A little bit of pressure. McCrary, though, will get it across half court. 4:45 to go, third period. Union boys team coming in now as they prepare for their game tonight at 7. Matthew way out front, has it knocked away and then grabs it back. Now it's picked up. Union with a breakaway. Davis all the way down, missed that layup. She was harassed by Dow, but Dow, stepping in from out of bounds, grabbed the basketball, and you have to establish position first. She didn't get that chance. It'll be Union's ball. Give Broken Arrow credit. Micah Davis had a breakaway, but she was harassed. Now into Davis, and she gets fouled. Micah Davis from her sister. Nice little inbound play. Did not hit the shot, but she will have 2 free throws. Micah Davis has 5 on the night. Now she has 6. Red Hawk lead will go to 3. You know, in a game like this, a 4-point lead sure seems like a lot. The boys team goes over and sits right behind the Union students so they can all yell together. 22-18 now as Davis hit both. She has 7. Quickly down court, Broken Arrow. They'll go to Sanders for the 3, and she knocked it down. Gracie Sanders. That's 10 for her, and it's a 1-point game, 22-21. Well, if you have to go to the bathroom, go fast. This one is moving quick. Davis from 3. Looks good from here. Won't go. Rebound comes off to Matthew, and here comes Broken Arrow. That one would have given Union a nice little cushion. Instead, it's a 1-point game. McCrary out to Matthew. Whitney Smith cuts her off. Now inside once again to Peters. She turns, got down inside, can't get that thing to go. Got her own rebound and got fouled. Union was so focused on trying to block the shot. Once it went up, they didn't have a chance to leave their feet for the rebound, so you have to give Peters credit. Went right back to it, got a rebound, and got fouled. Peters with 4 will try to add to it here. She does with that first one, that unique flat shot she has. And now it's a tie game. Coming in, Kamari Lomack, and having a seat, Jasmine Herron. Second shot, Broken Arrow trying to retake the lead after being down by 4 just about a minute ago. That one goes in, and Broken Arrow now leads. And Peters now with 6. 1-point Tiger lead. And they'll stay in that zone defense. Now they've dropped it really more into a 2-3. They're just trying to keep really the Davis twins out of the middle. Almost an opportunity for that 3 right there, but doesn't happen. Davis drives, but had that ball knocked away, and she's going to be fouled. Jada tried to drive, and then again looked like she got a little awkward, and fortunately for her, she was fouled. And that will send the ball back to Union, but out of bounds. When it comes to foul trouble on Broken Arrow's side, McCrary has 3, so they will have to watch her. 2 for Peters and 2 as well for Sanders. For Union, only Herron has 2. Trying to get the ball in bounds, finally does. Gator, nice drive, nice little pull-up, got it to knock down. Big shot by Demoya Gator. Nice little pull-up, and now Union back with the lead at 24-23. 3 minutes to go, third period, and it is a war here. McCrary with Lomack on her. Lomack's a good defender. McCrary cannot break her down. Gets a partial screen. Matthew with a nice screen and roll, but a good job by Davis to get there, and the 3 won't go. Rebound inside, comes out of there to Yane Edwards, and she was fouled. Yane checked in at that last whistle. And since she's 5'10", Yane can stand up to some of these taller girls from Broken Arrow. You're looking at Sanders at 5'11", Peters at 5'11". Some tall young ladies out there. Dow is 5'11" as well. Red Hawks 1-point lead, and they bring the basketball up. Gator looked at the 3 for a second, turned it down. Lomack wants a screen. Got it inside. That goes to Edwards. Moves down inside. Got it inside to Gator. Gator puts it up and was fouled. Oh, I think Broken Arrow's upset about that. Shane Coffey didn't think that was a foul. And they're going to call that on Leah Peters, I believe, and that would be her 4th. If that's Leah Peters. Stepping up, Demoya Gator. Cannot get the first one to go. She hit her last 2. Coach Coffey being restrained a little by one of his players, or one of his coaches, pardon me. Second shot won't go either. Rebound comes out of there to Matthews, and there'll be a foul. And that's going to go on Union. Micah Davis. If she was backing out of there on Dow, they're going to call her. Now Sanders will have a seat because she's just worn out, I think, for the most part. I think they didn't call McCrary with that last foul. I think that one went on maybe Peters. They have 20. She has 3 now. So it's a 1-point Red Hawk lead in Broken Arrow with 2:14 to go in the third period with the basketball. McCrary well outside. Nice drive on the inside. Matthew, she puts it up off the bottom of the rim. Got her own rebound and got it back. Good job in there by Soraya Matthew to be relentless and Broken Arrow with a 1-point lead. Lomack drives, steps, puts it up, got it to go. Kamari Lomack. 5 on the night and a fantastic drive to make it a 1-point Red Hawk lead. You're not going to need an abacus to count the total points, but boy, the number of lead changes, fantastic. Matthew turned down the drive, so she goes back to McCrary. McCrary, with Whitney Smith on her, finds herself kind of stuck, goes to Dow. Again, good Union defense. Try to get the ball inside, turned over. Micah Davis bringing the ball up court. She's going to get trapped if she's not careful. Goes to the corner. Lomack got an opportunity for 3, won't go. Rebound in there by Gator, and she's fouled. Now that is going to send Union to the line. That was the 6th foul, and Union will shoot. It looks like the Red Hawks were trying to make a player change. They were, but Jada Davis will have to wait. That's the 6th foul, so that should be a shooting foul. And the officials are just now telling the team, guys, to the line, please. Demoya Gator knew. She's up there and ready to shoot. Gator with 9, lead scorer for Union. And she knocks it down. Now Jada Davis will check in for Micah. Demoya Gator in double figures again. 16 on Thursday, leads the team again now with 10. Hit the second one, Gator with 11, and the Union lead now 28-25. 1 minute to go in this third period. Heck of a basketball game here at the John Q. Hammonds Arena. Oh, almost turned over as Dow almost had it knocked away by Whitney Smith. Matthew got a nice jive inside to McCrary, wide open, nobody down there. McCrary, good back cut, and we've got a 1-point game again. Dan McCrary with 4. Shot by Union goes nowhere. Lomack missed that. And with 35 seconds to go, here comes Broken Arrow with a chance to take the lead. McCrary drives again, puts it up, and got it to go, and one. McCrary never hesitated, took a little step to the right, back to her left, tossed it off the glass, and got it to go. And she will have the and one. McCrary to the line. That will not go, but Broken Arrow comes out with the rebound. It's turned over, though. Davis straight to the hole. She's going to go all the way in, but she rams into Dow, and they're going to call that foul, I believe, on Union. Nope, they're going to call the block on Dow. So with 20 seconds to go, 20.5, Davis will have free throws, and it looked to me like Dow was moving, but when you've got that kind of momentum going, sometimes they'll go ahead and call it against the offensive player. J.D. Davis with 2 on the night, misses the first of her 2 free throws. It's 29-28 Broken Arrow. Union hoping to tie right here with this free throw. And Union will bring in Demaria Daniels and have Whitney Smith have a seat. So Edwards is out there. Gator. You've got Jada Davis, and she did get that second one to go. She has 3, and we're tied. And let's see. I got Heron out there as well. So that's a lineup with 13 seconds to go in this third period. 29 all. McCrary looked like she might have an opening and turned it down. Now she goes out front to Johnson, who will drive. She's going to have to hurry. Johnson's turnaround off the rim, rebound to Union, and that's the third quarter. So the halftime was a Union lead, and now we are tied, 29-29. And the Demoya Gator show continues. She's now has 27 in her last 2 games, and we're still fourth quarter left to play. And remember, the boys will play at 7 o'clock tonight right here at the John Q. Hammonds Arena. So if you happen to be home just watching this one thinking, I wonder what the boys' game will be like. I think a lot like this with a little more points scored. And come on out, 7 o'clock tonight as the two get together. Concession stands are open. You smell the popcorn up here. It's the Union Sports Network. I'm Rick Corey with Andy Irwin and the Union Sports Network crew. 1 quarter to go, and what can only be described as fantastic, fun basketball here tonight in the finals of the regional. Union and Broken Arrow both will move on. This depends on who you play and what time next Thursday and where. The where part of it will not come out until after all of this weekend's games. Coach Shane Coffey and Coach Josh Berry both busy with their drawing boards. Broken Arrow settled into that zone defense. It's been fairly effective here tonight. So we're ready for the start of the fourth period. Union will roll out there with Yane Edwards, Jasmine Herron, Demaria Daniels, Micah Davis, and Jada Davis. Looking at any foul trouble here. Broken Arrow has a couple of players with 3 fouls. One of those, McCrary. The other is Lisa Leah Peters, who has been really big. She had a couple of big baskets, 6 points on the night. Had a couple of big baskets in that last little flurry of action. McCrary has 6 tonight as well. So those two, both with 3 fouls, are something to watch if this gets wild and woolly. Union with the basketball, and Herron brings it up, double screen up top, but they turn that down. Broken Arrow. Looks like they've gone to a man now. Driving down inside was Herron, can't get it to fall. Sanders with the rebound, and here come the Tigers. 29 all. 8 minutes to play here. Regional title on the line. Dow had the cut for a second, but they didn't get it to her. Matthew way out front. Now Dow had a 3 and she didn't take it. Dow goes inside. That's a nice little feed to Peters. Turns, got it. Leah Peters now has 8, and she's done a really good job of early work to get position. It's 31-29 Broken Arrow. Yeah, the Tigers back into their man-to-man. Nice little left-hander right there, but Davis cannot get that to go, and the Tigers with a rebound. They make that man-to-man initially look like a 2-3 zone. They just drop back. They are not playing Union to shoot many threes. Redhawks going to win this one. They might need to knock down a couple of those. Of course, it never hurts, does it? McCrary to Matthew. Gets inside. Dow had an opportunity, blocked. Micah Davis was beaten early, but with that big old wingspan, she's able to catch up and cap that thing, and it'll go out of bounds. Oh, they called a foul. Oh, my. I did not see the foul there. I saw a block, but they called a foul. You can hear the student section doesn't agree either. And to the line goes Dow. 4 points on the night for Audrey Dow. First shot, short. Dow's played a lot of basketball tonight, and you never know that. A lot of times when it's short early, it's just the legs. Checking back in, Whitney Smith and Demoya Gator. Union needs a little instant offense. Second free throw for Dow. And it's short. As a matter of fact, that's an air ball that goes out of bounds. So it remains 31-29 with 6.5 to go. No time for panic, but Union needs a good offensive possession. Herron taking her time as Coach Berry points players around. Gator and Davis at the 2 high posts. Now they'll move. Gator Trying to match up Davis down beneath, but Dow had her covered. Now to Davis again, and she turns it over. Tried to kick it back out, and it was picked off by McCrary. McCrary drives, stops. Looked like she traveled, but they didn't get the call. She missed, though, and Gator comes out with the rebound. DeMoya wanted to drive, but was cut off. Heron drives, puts up the left-hander, and got it to go. Or, pardon me, that's Daniels. No, that's Heron. Pardon me. That was Jasmine Heron. Heron now with 5 and another little left-handed layup, and it's 31 all. Down inside, miss in there by Matthew. Had deep position, but kind of a sloppy shot. Gator spins, turns, little turnaround. Nope, nothing there. And Heron's going to get a call right there. Heron just slapped at that ball, and that will cost her. As a matter of fact, that'll be her 3rd foul. She had 2 in the first period, though, so she's managed that well. 31 all, 5.5 to go here. Regional championship on the line. Dow, taken there by Whitney Smith. Whitney checks her. Sanders off to McCrary, who seems to have all the energy of the Energizer Bunny. McCrary goes deep inside, and once again, good position by Peters, but she couldn't get it to go. Here comes Heron. Oh, and she turns it over. Looping pass taken by Dow. Matthew. Oh, tried to go inside to Sanders and had it stolen. Here comes Union, driving all the way. Right hand. Micah Davis got it to fall. 9 points for Micah, and the Red Hawks lead by 2. You cannot afford to go get some chips and dip. This one's going to be like this the whole time. Trapped by the Red Hawks in a timeout by Shane Coffey. Union's defense has unquestionably kept us in this basketball game, especially early when they just couldn't hit shots. As soon as they swapped ends, things got a little easier for the Red Hawks, but their defense has been tremendous. In a 33-31 game, you'll think the defense has been tremendous on both sides, and Broken Arrow's played well too. It's really been more of the opportunities for Union that they've just missed. Meanwhile, Broken Arrow not taking as many shots, but hitting a higher percentage. So Coach Josh Berry pointing up at the scoreboard, and I'm sure one of the things he's talking about is time. 4.5 to go is plenty of time. You can't panic whether you get down or not. Union has gone back and forth from a 2 to a 4-point lead since the kind of the end of that second period. Broken Arrow actually took the lead briefly at 29-28. So the two are just ping-ponging back and forth with a ton of lead changes in a fantastic basketball game. No one with 4 fouls yet on either team. Fouls for the quarter, Union with 2, Broken Arrow with none yet. That's another thing to keep track of. You don't want teams scoring when the clock isn't moving. So out of bounds to Broken Arrow. Audrey Dow will take it out there. Let's see if the Red Hawks try to quickly trap. They'll go back court to McCrary, and they will not. It will be Heron on her, and she's kept up all night. Cut her off and ran around. Good job of fighting through that screen by Heron. Now here she comes. McCrary pulls back. Nice little clean shot and feed, and that is McCrary. Pardon me, that was Matthew. Pardon me, who knocked that down. She took one step backwards, hit that thing. Matthew now has 4, and Broken Arrow has tied it. Missed there from Union and Gator, and they try to get that thing from the out of bounds with 2 teammates going after it. Could not, so Broken Arrow has the basketball. Clean little look right there for Matthew, and a smart job to pull back. Now here she comes again. Driving to McCrary, and we'll reset. 3:53 to go, tie game. McCrary has shown the propensity to drive from right there, but she doesn't. Sanders inside, back to Sanders on the back cut, and that is a good job right there on the trap. Sanders got the basketball. She had Gator on one side, Micah Davis on the other, and Micah just stood stock still with her hands in the air, and Sanders traveled. Good turnover for the Red Hawks again, that defense, and here they come. Tie game at 33. 3.5 to go, and a timeout called this time by Coach Josh Peters. Josh Berry. So you can imagine each of these coaches, with the amount of time left and a tie game like this, they're trying to keep their teams calm, but you see that in each time there's something specific they're trying to point out. And I think Coach Barry, for the most part, I think is just trying to do that first thing, trying to keep his team calm. Because right now, if you look down there, he's about to draw on the board, but he gave about a 20-second speech before he started that. And part of it is, don't get ahead of yourself. You've got time, good basketball game, continue to play your game. Union took a fairly early shot last time, did not get it to fall, but again, that defense has been tremendous. So it's 33-33. Redhawks led so far by Demoya Gator. She has 11. Kamari Lomack has 5. Jasmine Heron has 5. Micah Davis with 9. Jada Davis has 3. And Whitney Smith is scoreless. And that is very unusual for number 10. And wouldn't it just be pretty classic if Whitney Smith happened to hit a 3 close to a buzzer to give Union a win? It's high school basketball. You just never know. Redhawks out of bounds. They will start with Jada Davis. She'll inbounds to Heron. They tried to trap her, but quickly Davis. Oh, Davis had it knocked away, and here comes Broken Arrow. McCrary tries to go inside. Matthew had it knocked away. Now back to McCrary. She's deep, turns around, and they're going to call a foul on McCrary, and that's the right call. Jasmine Heron had her and was covering her. When McCrary turned, she tried to force her way further inside and just lowered that shoulder and kaboomed her. It's a brand new word, by the way. And the Redhawks have the basketball. 3:20 to go, tie game, 33-all. You're welcome to use that word at home, though. You don't have to give me credit. Heron studies out front. Gator high in the box there. Now you'll see Davis moving. Davis dribbles, holds to her sister. Broken Arrow going to trap a little bit here. Inside, oh, and that ball is knocked out of her hand. Gator had an opportunity, but she tried to look away just as the ball got there and dropped it. Here comes Matthew. She'll drive. Right hand. Got it. Soraya Matthew now with 6. Those are big points. Down to Davis, and she's got it. Micah Davis very quickly on the other end as Union pushed it. 11 now for Micah Davis, and we're tied again. What a basketball game. McCrary to the bucket. Stops. Sanders drives. Pulls back. She's inside where she could get a 3, did not. And with 2:16 to go, we'll start this over. Tie ball game. Heron all over McCrary. Matthew now has Whitney Smith on her. Whitney knocks it away. Ball's on the ground. Is that a jump ball or a timeout? No. Yep, they're going to call the timeout. So Shane Coffey got that timeout. The ball was loose and on the floor. I'm not quite sure how they judged possession on that one, as both teams were scrambling after it. Good job by Whitney Smith to get her hands in there. Student section over at Union with the boys basketball team behind them, and then Broken Arrow brought a student section as well. You know, it's not a huge crowd right now, but it's a loud crowd because this has been such a fun basketball game. 33-all, 2:03 to go here in this game. Winners are regional champion. Both teams will go to the area playoffs. Back on the court. And they will give the ball to Broken Arrow. Dow will take it out of bounds. She has 4 on the night. She has been big for has 6 on the night. And she's been just big in the way she handles the basketball. So is McCrary, and she has it now. Way out front. See if the Tigers are going to try to slow this a little bit. Nice little screen. McCrary had an opportunity. Sanders tries the 3, won't go. Inside, Peters, an excellent job with the rebound. Bounces off. Davis had her hands on it, and Union has it, and here comes Heron. Off to Davis. Now back to her sister. Jada will go to Gator. Gator drives. Puts up the little right-hander, won't go. Lomack knocked it out, Heron knocked it out of there. Davis again can't get it to go. Rebound again to Union, and I think that's a jump ball, and it will be. Possession arrow, broken arrow. A couple of good opportunities there for Union, and they could not scramble on that loose ball. 1:19 to go, still 35 all. A flurry of activity here. Now the Redhawks might just put on the press. In from Dow. It goes to Matthew, and Union will back off. Down quickly, Sanders. Back to Matthew. 1:11 to go. McCrary out front. Heron sticks with her. McCrary inside, pulls around. She's stuck. McCrary just tosses one up over her shoulder, and it goes. 8 points for McCrary. 2-point lead for Broken Arrow. That was a bit of a prayer, but it went in. Timeout, Josh Berry, as Whitney Smith brings it up court. That's another example of what I talked about earlier. Broken Arrow has had opportunities, and more of those kinds of shots have just gone down. That was not a high percentage shot. She was stuck inside, had nowhere else to go. The defense was good and just tossed it up, and it goes off the backboard. I mean, she's a fine player, and she's played very well tonight. She has 8 right now on the night, but that one was a tough one to swallow. So it's 37-35, Broken Arrow with 44 seconds to play, 44.74 to be exact. So who knows, we might even have a little extra free basketball here. Rick Corey and Andy Irwin and the Union Sports Network crew ready for whatever comes out of this break. And Coach Berry, I think, being very, very deliberate on this next offensive possession. If Broken Arrow were to get possession back without Union scoring, they could do everything possible just to try to run this game out. Foul-wise, neither team in trouble to go to the line yet. Union with only 2 fouls in this period, Broken Arrow with only 1. One player for Broken Arrow has 4 fouls. That's McCrary, and she's been really important. Redhawks will have it out of bounds far side, and it will be Jada Davis who takes it out. Into Whitney Smith, and here we go. Redhawks need a score here. Whitney draws back. Now off to Davis. And another timeout by Coach Berry. There was something there he didn't like about what was happening around the perimeter. So he'll talk it over again, and he immediately got that drawing board out this time. No drawing board for Coach Coffey. He's telling his team, explaining to him, or the team, what he wants. And this is a position where if somebody gets wide open for Union, considering where we are foul-wise, he may be instructing just to go ahead and foul. Union has not been great at the free throw line tonight. And that might be some of those instructions. 35.09 seconds to go. 37-35 Broken Arrow. Whitney Smith, the Davis twins, Demoya Gator and Jasmine Heron, your starting 5 out there for Union. Heron will take it out of bounds. She'll go to Whitney Smith, and here we go. Whitney quickly drives. Oh, off to Davis, and she almost lost it. She has to pick it up, and she's stuck in the corner. Fortunately, Heron comes to help, and she's bumped out there by Dow. And another timeout called by Coach Berry. He's very unhappy with what happened over there. And Davis was just trying to get that ball moving, and she kind of misdribbled it. Then she got stuck. Fortunately, Jasmine Heron came to save her, but then Heron took a pretty good bump by Audrey Dow. I was kind of expecting a whistle there, but it didn't come. I'll tell you this, if the boys' game is anything like this, not just the players, but all the old men up here are going to be tired. This is some fun. Game's nearing an hour and a half long, and every moment of it has been contested. Biggest lead has been 4 for Union. I believe 4 for Broken Arrow as well. Otherwise, this is, I haven't counted the lead changes quite honestly, and we don't have a stats person here. But we've got to be over double digits in lead changes here tonight in this game, or this afternoon, pardon me. I can see outside and see it's still light outside the John Q. Hammonds Arena. And a beautiful day here. Up around 74 when we got inside the building. Rain on the way for the rest of the week, though, but you know what? That's why we play this game inside. 24.27 seconds to go. Same 5 out there for Union, and they'll inbounds. Whitney Smith to Jasmine Heron, and here we go again. Broken Arrow back in a tight man. Whitney, opportunity inside, and it's turned over. Tried to get it to Davis, and it was knocked out of there and taken by Matthews. Oh, they wanted to go to Jada Davis, and the pass was just too low, and Matthews snatched it. 16.54 seconds to go. The Redhawks will have to foul here as Dow will inbound the ball. They'll pressure immediately to McCrary, and there's the foul. That's on Heron, and it's her 4th. Also with 4, Micah Davis. They'll have to foul again. Quickly in, back to Dow. Broken Arrow's got an opportunity here. Davis fouls, and that, I believe, will be it for Micah. Yep, that is foul number 5 for Micah. And that is 5 fouls on Union, so to the line goes Matthew. Well, they left it. Now they gave her the 5. So to the lane, or to the free throw line, goes Dow. Yep, and here comes Davis. Micah stayed out there just to see if anybody would notice. 11.6 seconds to go, and if Audrey Dow hits both these free throws, it'll look pretty bleak. First shot, nothing but net. Dow with 7. Now Broken Arrow drops everyone back on defense. Dow with 1 more shot. Second one rolls around and in. Dow with 8. And it's not impossible now for Union, but down 4 with 11.65 seconds to go. It's not easy. Another timeout called by the Redhawks. And the Broken Arrow student section celebrating big time. Apparently it was NBA or Jersey night for them. Heck of a ball game here. You know, and I hate to say it, it's the old announcer analogy, but you really hate to see anybody lose. These two teams have played hard. They played flawed basketball at times, but effort has been 110% every moment. So the Redhawks need a quick shot. Doesn't have to be a 3. You just need a quick shot. And you need a quick, good shot. Broken Arrow, we'll see whether they go early pressure and try to waste that time in the back court. The big problem for Union became that turnover when they had the opportunity. Tried to get the ball to Davis low, and the pass was just a little low. And Soraya Matthews, who's just been magnificent tonight, picked that thing off. Out there in the court for Broken Arrow right now, Audrey Dow, McCrary. Also Peters, who's been very good tonight. She has 8. And then you have Matthews, who has 6. And then Sanders, who has 10. Here comes Jasmine Heron quickly down court. Off to Whitney Smith. Whitney will take the 3 and nailed it. Whitney Smith. Yeah. You know, I happened to mention if she hit a 3 late, it might be big. 4.8 seconds to go. Whitney touched nothing but nylon. 1-point game, 39-38. But the Redhawks are going to need a quick steal on the rebound, or they're going to have to foul quickly and hope for a miss and then get the ball down court in maybe 3.5 seconds to get another basket. Oh, what a game. The instant you think it can't get more exciting. So Coach Barry, now again, Union has 5 fouls too, so obviously a foul is going to send Broken Arrow to the line. Coach Barry emphasizing what he wants on this press. And let's see what Broken Arrow brings out. Looks like Dow will trigger it inbounds. And Union will man up. Now he will send Lomack down for Dow, but now she'll back off. Inbounds, finally got it in. It goes to Sanders, and finally they foul her. Demoya Gator was just kind of touching her belly, and the official wouldn't call it. So she kind of pushed it a little harder, and they call it. So to the free throw line will go Sanders with 2.6 seconds to go. Demoya tried to foul her about a second earlier, but apparently she was a little too soft on that push. Gracie Sanders leads Broken Arrow with 10. She goes to the line. First shot, clean in through. That's 11. Jasmine Herron will check in. And even if she hits this, it's still a 3-point game, and Union has 2.6 seconds to go. They'd have to get it down court quick. Second shot rims out. Union will have to hurry. They get it to Herron. Herron launches it, and she hit the rim, but it bounces off. That's it. Game is over. Broken Arrow wins 40-38. An absolutely classic basketball game. Union will still go to the area tournament, but they will not be the regional champion. Broken Arrow is the regional champion. They'll play the winner of Norman North and Stillwater next Thursday. Union will play Thursday as well. We don't know where yet, and they will play the loser of Regional 1, which is North and Stillwater, so they'll get the loser of that game. In this one, 11 points for Demoya Gator, 5 for Kamari Lomack, 3 for Jasmine Herron, 11 for Micah Davis, 3 for Whitney Smith, and 3 for Jada Davis. So the boys will be up at 7 o'clock. We'll be back with you then. Until then, we're going to take a small break. We'll be back with you in a couple of minutes here on the Union Sports Network.